Hi everybody. I wanted to spend some time talking about a couple of two different issues that are coming up recently in the news, and I wanted to let you know kind of the different sides of things. The first thing that I'm going to talk about here is that the South Korea and North Korea trying to reunify. It's been in talks for a while, but South Korea and North Korea have tried for a while to have open talks or summits together about the idea of reforming into one nation. Now, here's a little background history. The Korean War isn't over. A lot of people think it is. It's over for us as Americans that we participated, but overall here it is not over. The only thing that's stopping anybody from firing is there is a truce that was signed between North and South Korea. This limited North Korea from progressing any farther than what is now the DMZ, and it also limited South Korea from attempting to attack North Korea and take over. With America's help, South Korea has eventually built up and done really well. North Korea, on the other hand, has a certain amount of money, but its citizens are suffering. So there's a lot of issues to be negotiated. There's financial issues. North Korea has a lot of debt. It doesn't necessarily have a giant infrastructure the way that South Korea does. So South Korea and North Korea joining together, one, there's government officials, there's financial agreements, there's a lot of different things that have to try and combine. Beyond just families being able to see each other, people need to be able to enjoy the same amount of life. What does that mean? That might mean, what kind of government are we going to have? Is it going to be purely democratic? Is Kim Jong-un actually going to be okay with, stepping down and not, messing around with stuff? What about the people that are in power next to him in the military? Are they going to be okay with being folded in here? Are they going to be okay with the idea of joining back with the rest of the world, or are they wanting to stay as they are right now? That's a lot of questions that people have and people are still trying to figure out. Nothing's really clear cut. The issue right now, for at least for the US that's participating in this, is will North Korea shut down nuclear plants, nuclear armament, and stop testing and doing weapons tests and firings and stuff like that that cause a lot of damage and also cause a lot of people to have really big concerns about them as well as what they're doing. The last time that North Korea tested a nuclear weapon, particularly a missile at some point, China was even, who's been a large supporter generally of them over the last while since the war, basically decided that they were not really going to be their friend anymore if they continued this course of action. That means North Korea really doesn't have any friends amongst the countries of the world that are willing to support them if they continue down this road. It's unclear if everybody understands that over on that side. Would it be nice for them to be one? It would be nice. I think it would alleviate a lot of the human rights issues that are going on with the people behind the fences, but at the same time, it requires a lot of sacrifice on everybody's part to be able to put that into play. There's a lot of great natural resources and untamed land that's located up north that people are living in but are not really taking full advantage of. So it would create a new stockpile of resources for the South as well, but at the same time, it's unsure if people would want to live in these places, if people feel comfortable, if this means that families can just join back. There are records in North Korea that may not be in South Korea, and how can we transition and help people with kind of catching up? South Korea as a whole is more technologically advanced than the North in regards to internet and being able to use it and being able to use modern technology. Some people up north do have modern technology, but it's, from what I understand, and maybe this is just what the press tells you, is that it's rather limited in the amount of information as well as technology that they have the chance to get a hold of besides military technology. We're talking like cell phones and high-speed computers and other things like that. The iPhone, things of that nature are extremely, extremely, extremely limited. So that is one of the biggest things that's kind of coming up lately. People are still worried about things because the U.S. is meant to have a really big exercise really soon, And usually the exercises seem to make the North Koreans extremely angry. They feel like we're going to invade them. We've told them countless times we don't plan to invade them. We have no interest in invading them. We don't want to. The only thing we'd like to see at any point is maybe the two becoming one and North Korea being folded into South Korea, South Korea's government, fully democratic government taking over and really helping to help the people in the North to live a better lifestyle, and then maybe helping to find positions or ways that the people who were in power can also do other things or still be important down here in the South, and the two can be one, and instead of North Korea and South Korea, it can be or the Democratic People's Republic of South Korea, and then the Republic of Korea, and then the Republic of Korea. That just sounded bad. The Democratic Republic of Korea, and then the Republic of Korea. Instead of North Korea and South Korea, it can just be Korea. It can be one, like it was a long time ago before the war. I think that's what everybody's hoping for, everyone's pulling for, is that everyone will kind of get their gears straight and things will work themselves out. In regards to attacks or missiles and things like that, and are we worried in North Korea, the advice I was given when I came here was don't worry about it until you see the other Koreans actually getting worried about it. If you see your coworkers, if you're working in a public school or if you're working in a private academy and you see reports and your Korean coworkers are worried and actually getting a little bit nervous and hesitant, that's when it's time to worry. In general, though, the South Koreans are capable and they just kind of let it roll off because it is a lot of bluster, it is a lot of hot wind that is being spilled. But when you see them get frustrated or you see them get upset or you see them scared, that's the time that you should be scared if you're a foreigner. One of the big things I would recommend to people, if you are scared or you are frustrated or you are unsure of what to do, make sure you register with your home government to let them know where you are. In case of a war or in case something actually does happen here, we, like myself as an American citizen, the American government knows where I am. They know where I live. They know my phone number. They know how to find me. They know my emergency contact in America, which is my mother. They know how to find me, so they'll get a hold of me in case something happens and they need me to evacuate. And yes, in case you're wondering, if you work somewhere, in your contract clauses, it states that if you need to leave because of war or something else, your job can't penalize you for that fact. That's something out of your control. It's not in your will and not in your nature to want to cause a war or to cause battle or to cause nuclear weapons to come being fired at you. It's not in your nature and it's not your desire because that goes against your job. And that goes against most human life. So they can't penalize you if you are asked and told by your country you must evacuate. You cannot stay in Korea. Then your private academy, the public schools, the government of Seoul cannot hold you liable financially for leaving. They just can't do that. So don't worry and don't fret. Most contracts at the back end of them state that explicitly, that if things of a very dramatic nature happen and you must leave, you will not be penalized. Your citizenship is with a different country. In my case, I'm married to a Korean citizen, so I actually might be dual protected. I might be protected by Americans, because I'm an American citizen, but I also might be protected by the Seoul and by the South Korean government because I'm married and my wife is a South Korean citizen. So I might fall under both protections. In case I want to stay or I want us to go, we can do either one. I hope this helps you guys to know kind of a little bit nature. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a little bit of free speech issues.